Hey guys, it's Pops. Here we are on the Pops and Grandkids channel here on YouTube. Ha! Anyway, I got another cool story for you, and I'll put my glasses on here so I can see to read it to you. This one is called All in His Mind. All in His Mind. Benjamin Banneker was a distinguished black scholar. Born in Ellicott, Maryland, he attended private school there. Later, he established his reputation as a mathematician and astronomer with an unsurpassed knowledge of technical diagramming and data. It came as a surprise to no one when Benjamin Banneker was appointed to the U.S. Secretary of State, appointed by the U.S. Secretary of State, to a select engineering team of 6 men who would lay the groundwork for a modern city. Today, 750,000 people live in that city, entirely unaware of the fact that at one time, every building and byway had been lost and found. It was a logical choice that of renowned scientist and scholar Benjamin Banneker would join the engineering team which would prepare to build the modern city. The internationally respected group of masterminds was to be headed by the French architect Charles L'Enfant. His plan was to be used. An elaborate plan it was, filled with futuristic architecture and grand parkways and streets designed to accommodate both beautiful vistas, rapid transit. It was to be a city of contemporary elegance and communication. Unfortunately for architect L'Enfant, he soon found himself in the midst of a political scandal. Land speculators wanted to know the prime locations and exact boundaries of the new city. L'Enfant refused to divulge them until they had become a matter of public record. The city commissioners then accused the architect of attempting to control the distribution of land for his own purposes, and eventually L'Enfant was dismissed on superficiality, unrelated grounds. Thus, before the land itself had been completely surveyed, the chief engineer and the sole architect had returned to Paris with his plans. He took the plans with him. With the chief engineer gone, the plans for the city were gone. The Secretary of State called an emergency meeting of the commissioners, surveyors, and engineers. Among them was mathematician Benjamin Banneker. The discouraged secretary briefly summed up the situation, advised those assembled that a new plan, a brand new city design, would have to be drawn. Were there any suggestions? Benjamin Banneker stood, and with every eye turned to him as he was asked if the old plans had been satisfactory. What difference did that make? Everyone wanted to know. The ream of intricate architecture was on its way back to France under the arm of the original architect. But Benjamin assured them that he had studied the maps and the plans as they had come from L'Enfant's drawing board, and he, Benjamin, was quite certain that he remembered every detail. The committee's initial reaction to Banneker's bold claim was disbelief that anyone could completely recall the myriad complexities of an entire city. To memorize the architectural details of a solitary building would have been phenomenal enough. If anyone's brain was equal to the task, Benjamin Banneker's was. Shortly thereafter, the original plans were precisely reproduced. In time, a magnificent city arose from his memory, directly from his memory. You may have visited that city. You might live there. For once upon a time, a man named Benjamin Banneker strode the streets of paper, all in his mind. And today, those streets are real. We may not remember Ben as the publisher of an internationally respected almanac, or as the maker of the first American-made clock. But now we can never forget Benjamin Banneker, the man whose remarkable memory was trusted by Secretary of State Thomas Jefferson. For the plans Banneker had carried in his mind were those of Washington, D.C., where you guys have been. And now you know the rest of the story. Bye, guys.